Nations like Greece took advantage of cheap rates afforded them by their status as an EU member. But they eventually borrowed more than they could pay back.
You not only had these countries that were continuing to spend well beyond their capacity to pay back, and you had banks that were prepared to lend to them despite the fact that they couldn't pay back. What does that sound like? I mean, it sounds like all those American banks that were providing mortgages to people that clearly never had the capacity to buy that house or pay back those loans.
Before 2010, markets just assumed that Eurozone countries were pretty much similar in terms of risk. So you saw Greece almost borrowing as cheaply, not as cheaply, but almost as cheaply as Germany, which is the strongest and biggest European economy. After 2010, the markets started realizing that this was not at all the case and just started charging a lot more to lend to many Eurozone countries. That in turn led to countries not being able to refinance their debt.
In the case of the Eurozone, you already have 5 or 6 countries, Greece, Ireland, Portugal, now Italy and Spain, that either have lost market access and they need an international bailout, or like Italy and Spain are on the verge of needing such a bailout.
That's when you started to get this phrase thrown around, the pigs economies, the pigs economies, Portugal, Ireland, Italy, Greece and Spain. More and more there was this debate about, can those governments avoid default? What would be the implications of a Eurozone government defaulting for the other members of the Eurozone? And would it be necessary for the rich Eurozone countries like Germany and France to bail out the poor, deeply indebted ones like Greece, Ireland, Spain, Italy?
Funded largely by Germany, the EU and the IMF moved quickly to dole out 110 billion euros in cheap loans to keep Greece's economy afloat. Soon after came similar bailouts for Portugal, Ireland, and Spain.
The European Central Bank has started to help. Germany and other members of the core have provided, through new institutions, bailout money to the country distress. In some cases, like Greece, Ireland and Portugal, the help has come not only within Europe, but also from the international community, the International Monetary Fund.
These countries, Greece and Portugal and Spain and Italy and even Ireland, which for very different reasons no longer were able to manage their national economies without some form of European intervention.